Now, boys, look what you did there. Now you got the boys charging us $100 for games, $100 for GTA 6. Now you might think that's a rumor, but there was actually a dev call by Take-Two Interactive, and the boys started talking about stuff like that. Now listen to this.
So our goal is to vastly exceed expectations. We want to put out the best entertainment on earth, and we want to deliver more value than what we charge for it.
So now you got the boys saying they're going to deliver more value than they charge. Now, what does that mean? Are they going to charge $150 or get $200 of value? I don't know, boys, but listen, I'm going to be talking about it either way. But you know what's the crazy part? I think is going to explode and be the biggest game of all time. But, we'll look at it there now. You know what's crazier than that? $1.5 billion in development costs. $1.5 billion. You know what they did with $1.5 billion, boys? The Burj Khalifa was $1.5 billion, the tallest building of all time. That was $1.5 billion. Boys are thinking it's going to exceed $1.5 billion. But you know what the crazy part is? I think they're going to make that in 24 hours. I honestly think they're going to make $20 billion, and I'll explain why. Now, boys, again, this Take-Two Interactive call that the boys had, this development call, kind of shows that they are going to they're trying to soften the blow of upping the prices to $100 because they believe that they're going to give enough value or whatever hoopla they're trying to spew to us. But listen, $100. You know what you can buy with $100? You can buy 10 indie developer games. So this better be as good as 10 games. And I truly believe it's going to be. I know I'm coming out firing all cylinders. I'm be honest, boys, I think it's going to be pretty good. But let me explain something to you, and let me try to get it through your head why $100 isn't actually that bad. Let's go back to 1996. That's the beautiful year that I was born. I'm pushing 30. So if you're pushing 30, you probably knows this too. So we got to talk about Super Mario 64, boys. You know, that game where it came out, we thought we were in the goddamn Matrix. We were so excited about the polys and, Laura Croft or Laura Tomb Raider Croft, whatever, came out a while later. And I don't even remember, the polys, the triangles. It got to us back in the day. Now, the big part of it is that you look back at it now and you think it's a cute little cartoon made by someone doing animation in grade 5. But we paid $60 then for it, $60 US, and now we're paying $70. So the boys, they've upped the price of games for $10 since 1996. You don't think we deserve a little bit of inflation there? I did a bit more research, and I got some numbers for you. Look at this. So the purchasing power of $1 back in 1996 was, $1, and the purchasing power of $1 back in 1996 to 2025 is $2.05. Therefore, you should be charging $122.50 or whatever it is. $120 for a video game. That's what it should be now. Guess what it is? $70. Listen, I'm not saying I'm all about the corporations and all this stuff, but let me explain why I do believe we got pretty lucky in the last 20, 25 years for inflation not to happen in gaming. So when it started out, obviously, the old Super Mario games back before Super Mario 64, you had, the original Super Mario Bros. I think it was like $20, $25 US, whatever it was. And to be fair, they when they were making cartridges, obviously, paid a little bit more for the cartridges, and even when they were making discs, they didn't really change it, but they definitely had lower costs, to be honest with you, so they kind of swindled us there. But as time went on, obviously we went to the digital age. They didn't have to worry about the physical marketing, they didn't have to worry about the physical product and actually shipping the physical product. I think that's where we got lucky, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you, because we would be looking at $120, $130 per game. I think we're looking at $70 per game right now, simply because they don't have to worry about it, and it's because it's all digital. They don't have to do 50 million copies on day one of GTA 6, which I'll get into. They don't have to do it in physical copies, so we're saving a bunch of money. But we can't expect it to stay like that forever. Of course, we're starting to see games that are like $80 or whatever, and you're obviously seeing the legendary editions or the Pip-Boy 1748 X2 edition of Fallout for $789 that someone comes in, tips their fedora, and says, "Oh yeah, let me shave my neck beard before I grab it." I don't know. The boys, listen, I worked at EB Games or GameStop. I did. The reason why I think $100 isn't actually that bad, and it's because my philosophy is a little bit different than a lot. The way I look at it is $1 per hour of the game that I'm going to play, and if it's a $50 game, well, I get 50 hours out of it. That's exactly what I taught in GTA 5, and I said, yeah, you know what, 60 or $70, whatever it was. I think it was $60 at the time, actually. Back in 2013, I was there first in line. Look at this picture. First in line, baby. Don Bradshaw, NTV News, came up to me and said, "Hey, Patrick, how you doing? What's going on? You're first here in line." And it was because we were there at 11 a.m., but me and the boys had a great time. Listen, when it dropped $60, I knew I'd get at least 60 hours out of it. Plus, didn't really think about it because I was like 17 years old. I really didn't care about money back then. But if I was looking at video games now, I'm like, oh, do I get at least $1 an hour out of it? Do I think that I'm going to get 100 hours out of GTA 6? I think I'm going to get 2,000 hours out of GTA 6. But there are people that maybe they don't. But it's not a bad philosophy to go by, to be honest with you. Now that we're talking about GTA 5, let me get into it. Let me explain why. GTA 5 was absolutely massive. Let me get into why I think GTA 6 can be 10 times the game GTA 5 was. Now, right off the rip, higher development costs, obviously. Development costs going probably north of $2 billion. And the amount of time they obviously spent on it, I think they probably spent triple the time on GTA 6 because I wasn't sure if I was going to get grays or not beforehand. I got lucky. I'm losing my hair, but they're not gray, so that's good. But listen, look at this. 123 million views on the trailer for GTA 5. Obviously, GTA 5 was a spectacle. We knew it was going to be the biggest game of all time. Actually, Minecraft, we probably thought that was going to be that. But either way, at the time, GTA 5 dropped. Rockstar was on top of the world and still kind of are. 123 million views after 13 years. Let's look at GTA 6 trailer 1. 264 million views in 1 year. 1 year, in a day, they had 100 million views. That's the biggest YouTube video debut that doesn't include music videos. The game is popping. And if we want to talk about it, it was popping back in 2013 too, because they had 10 billion in revenue of Lifetime. They made $1 billion in the first 3 days. $1 billion in 3 days. You want my prediction? I'm thinking 5 billion day one for GTA 6. Let me explain why. So you got 215 million sales in GTA 5. I think a lot of that came because it wasn't coming on PC or whatever. And I think it's going to be the same here. I don't think GTA 6 is going to drop on PC for a full year. I think GTA Online is going to take a couple months to iron out because they actually want people. They're going to say iron out, but they actually want people to play the campaign. So that's going to come out a few months later. I'm going to be honest with you. I think they're going to drop, no word of a lie, within the first few days, 50 million copies. And that'll obviously, if it's a $100 price point, come out to the old $35 billion in the first week. That's my prediction. And when it comes out in May 2026, we'll come right back to this video because I'm going to pump content out about that. I mean, I'll probably blow up off that. No bullshit. If I got 50K subscribers by the end of next year or beginning or middle of next year, when GTA 6 comes out, I'd say I'll blow up off that. No bullshit. I think it's going to be the biggest game of all time. And if I can get the algorithm, we're set, boys. We're set. This is actually cooking up to be the biggest game of all time within days of the release, or the biggest flop in the entertainment industry since Kanye. With the numbers that we just explained, boys, I truly don't think, like, if they dropped that at $100 and the lifetime revenue of the shark cards, the online, the GTRP that's going to be intertwined with it right off the rip, I'm telling you, I don't see them at 10 billion lifetime revenue. I see them at 20, 30, 40, maybe even $50 billion lifetime revenue at a $2 billion development cost. Let's say their operating cost is $10 billion over 20 years. They're still going to be in money. Rockstar is about to have the biggest game of all time. It literally will not be touched for the next 50 years. I'm telling you, it's going to be insane. Now, let's rock back to the $100 because that's why you clicked on the video. You're not here for me and my Newfie accent and the way I goes crazy over it and everything, right? You're here for the $100 price point of GTA 6 and because you can't pay for it because you won't go get a second job, right? Well, to be fair, you shouldn't have to get a second job to buy a video game. But as we explained, the inflation, we got pretty lucky, boys. I'm going to be honest with you. Anyway, if they exceed expectations at this $100 price point, I'm going to be honest, it's pretty unfortunate, but I think the other guys, all the other publishers, the shitty ones that don't make actual AAA games, they make AAA games and they drop it at $80 and it's dog shit. The negative part is that these dog shit corporations and games are going to come out with $100 games and they're going to be terrible. So you got two ways that we're going to go there, where you're going to push back and not actually buy the games and they're going to be forced to put it down to 70 or $80 to keep people to actually buy the games. Or what I actually think is going to happen, we're all going to be wussy babies and a bunch of nerdy ass gamers that are going to buy it for 100 anyways because we're all aging. And the most popular games for teenagers in the early 20s are all these free-to-play games like Fortnite and shit. And then all the guys that are playing these pay-to-play games are in the late 30s late 20s, early 30s. We're just going to have to get used to it, boys. Like, we should be paying $120 for a game. Now, that's not a stance everybody's going to like. I can't wait to see the comments. I'm telling you, that's just how it is. Like I said, I think $100 for a game, if you're going to play $1 an hour, that's truly my way of thinking. $1 an hour. If I'm gonna play it for 100 hours, then surely I'll do that. I'll be honest, guys. I'm gonna take a week off when it drops. I'm gonna play 100 hours in the first week. No bullshit. I'm not kidding. I'm probably gonna play 15 hours a day. I'm probably gonna stream it all too, so you should be there. But either way, let me know what you think. I don't know. Are you gonna wait until the bargain bin drops 8 months later during Christmas? Because it's not gonna happen. By the way, it'll probably go from $100 to $89. It actually, to be fair, it's probably gonna go down to $79.99. No bullshit. It's not gonna. This is not. You're probably not gonna get a sale until like 2035 on this shit. The game is gonna be the biggest of all time. You better watch out for it. You better have your PS5 ready for next May or I guess your Xbox if you're that guy. But you better have your console ready because it's not dropping on PC. The game is going to be insane, or either way, it's going to be insane content. Because if it flops, I'm going to get a billion views on the videos because it's going to flop that hard. It's just nobody, it's going to be comedy. It's going to be comedy. So you're going to want to be here, boys. But anyway, if you like the video, and I don't know, watch this one. Watch this one right. Oh, I did it right this time. I didn't raise the wrong hand. Watch this one because that one's probably about something else. I don't know, some BS. I'm just trying to keep you around for the algorithm, boys, obviously. That's about it. Anyway, if you enjoy me, boys, like the video, comment, let me know what you think about this $100 price point. If you can't pay for it, then listen to Pokimane.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.